Hello, my friends. We're going to read a fiction book today called The Legend of Spookley, the Square Pumpkin. Now, is a pumpkin usually square shaped like this? No, usually they're round and they're actually called a sphere. They're round all the way around. Spookley, he has square shaped on his face, but he's actually a cube, everybody. That means he's square on all of his sides. Let's see what we can learn about Spookley, the square pumpkin. One day in the pumpkin patch, the strangest little pumpkin hatched. Spookley wasn't like his friends. They had curves, but he had ends. That means points. Look at Spookley really closely. He's got straight lines and sort of little edges or points. But look at his face, everybody. Why does he look so sad? Maybe because he's different than the other pumpkins? We don't know yet, but there he is, a brand new pumpkin in the pumpkin patch. While the round pumpkins had fun rolling around, poor Spookley sat there, all shaped all wrong. He tried and tried with all his might, but he couldn't budge. He just sat tight. Now, can a square thing or a cube-shaped roll? Not usually. You have to be round like a ball to roll. One night, when they all discovered it's fine to be round when the weather is fair, but there are times when it's better to be square. That means something's getting ready to happen here, where being a square pumpkin is a good thing. I wonder what it is. Halloween was just a day away when a mighty storm, oh my, do you see the lightning? It blew across the bay. It tossed all the round pumpkins to and fro. It snapped their vines and off they go. That means they're rolling. They're rolling away, but they don't want to. Spookley sat there, filled with fright, but he was glad to be square that night. Fright, night, rhyming word. Look, friends, look at the illustration. Do you see Spookley? He's not rolling because he is not round, but all of his round friends, oh dear, they've broken off the vine and they're rolling away. Suddenly, the fence gave way and 3 pumpkins rolled out into the bay. That means the water here. Do you see the pumpkins that fell in the water? Oh no, there they are. Poor little pumpkins. What's going to happen? What do you predict? Go like this. That means what do you guess is going to happen next? Spookley knew what must be done. It was up to him. He was the one. He teetered, he tottered, he tipped and he tried. And finally he tipped over. Look, he's on his side. Again he tipped. Again he flopped. Again he flipped. Do you see him trying to move? What's going to happen? What do you predict? He stopped right in the gap of the fence where it had snapped. He blocked the way. The hole was capped. All the pumpkins shouted, "Hooray!" Spookley, the square pumpkin, had saved the day. Do you see the fence, friends? Look at the illustration. There was a hole in the fence. If you look right here, you can see where the fence kind of broke open. That's where all the pumpkins were rolling out into the bay. But Spookley, he put himself right in that hole. And he saved the rest of his friends from falling in the bay. But then, One by one, a ton of pumpkins piled on the stack, with a bang and a bash and a crunch and a crash, and then it all went black. Oh dear. Okay, so the pumpkins aren't rolling out into the bay anymore, but now they're all rolling and getting stuck right there. Do you see them, friends? They're all piling up here on the inside of the fence. Oh dear. And if you really use your eagle eye, you can see Spookley down here. Do you see him? He's still there. He's stopping up that hole. But now all his friends are rolling and falling on top of him. At dawn, that means the morning, when the storm had stopped, the farmer came out and checked his crop. He picked his pumpkins up one by one and laid them out in the warm, dry sun. When the last was moved away, the farmer could see what had saved the day. An odd-shaped pumpkin. Do you see him? Short and dense, was wedged against the fence. And who is that square-shaped pumpkin, friends? It was Spookley. Spookley saved a lot of those pumpkins. Its shell was bruised. Its stem was too. That's the top part of the pumpkin. But there was brave little Spookley sitting straight and strong and true. Right then, the farmer knew of all the seeds he'd ever sown, that means planted, Spookleys were the most special that had ever grown. Look at the farmer's face, everybody. Does he like Spookley the square pumpkin? Yes. Does he think Spookley is a very special pumpkin? Yes. Next year, when it was time to sow or to plant, he sowed those seeds in every row. He watered and weeded and watched them grow. Oh my, look, here's the farmer's pumpkin patch the next year. Do you see all the different pumpkins? They're all different colors. They're all different shapes. Look at those pumpkins. Oh my goodness. That is so cool. They're all different. Some of them were cubes, like Spookley. Some of them were rectangular. Some of them were flat. Some of them were triangular. Do you see this little blue pumpkin? He has a triangle on all of his sides. He's a pyramid. There were red ones and blue ones and polka dot pumpkins. Do you see the polka dot pumpkins? How cool is that? Now they're all different colors, all different shapes. And look, in the Halloween season, look at the illustration. Do you see the kids coming to the pumpkin patch? They love all these unique pumpkins. They love their shapes and their different colors. And look, the pumpkins, look at their faces. They're so happy. They're happy they're getting picked. Now you know the story of how Spookley grew. And maybe someday you'll tell someone too. And they'll go tell someone who'll go tell another. And maybe one day we'll all discover you can't judge a book or a pumpkin by its cover. What that means is when you look at somebody or you look at your friends or your family or your teachers, you've got to see that even though they're unique, everybody looks different, everybody is special, but don't judge people by the way they look, my friends. What matters is insight, what you think and what you feel. I love this book, and I love this last illustration. Look at all the different colors and shapes of pumpkins. Good listening, friends. I'm going to give you a little seesaw lesson about this book, and I'm going to ask you to make your own pumpkin. I want you to think about what shape you want it to be, though. That's the thing. I know you've made pumpkins before for Miss Allaire, but this time we're not going to make round pumpkins. or spheres. I want you to choose a different shape, either a triangle shape or a square shape or a rectangle shape. Make your pumpkin look different this time. Okay? Good listening, everybody.